Legends never die. The other day, someone asked me, who is that one entrepreneur who I have never met, but ultimately inspired me to the ultimate level? Listen, I'm a byproduct of someone who was taught and shaped by many great teachers, mentors in my last 20 some odd years in the entrepreneurial world. And I owe it to many or anybody who have taught me directly or indirectly, whether it's information, experience, knowledge, wisdom, know-how, mindset, and skill set to shape me to become the person who I am today. Especially, I owe it to two of the greatest mentors, and ultimately I became their greatest inner circle friends, where they allowed me to access to their wisdom, to their experience, to their inner circle environment, and more important than anything else, and they are able to continue to teach me what got them there. Now, today, I want to share with you that one entrepreneur, that one person that I always looked up to when I was much younger back then, but I have never, ever met this person yet. If there is one wish I can make it a reality, is that I wish I can have a cup of coffee with this individual for just about 15 minutes, and I can pick his brain just for 15 minutes. To me, that's more than enough. And this one entrepreneur, this one person would be Bruce Lee. Yes, the legendary Bruce Lee. You see, many people look at Bruce Lee as a martial artist, as an actor, as a director. To me, he's a lot more than that. Bruce Lee, to me, it is an entrepreneur, is an inspiration, and more than anything else, he is a great, deep philosopher. I believe in Bruce Lee's philosophies so much. I am actually obsessed with his philosophies. I'm not only obsessed about his philosophies, I learn his philosophies. I apply his philosophies, and I live his philosophies. And a lot of his philosophies is so deep, it requires you to take a long time to process and try to understand what he's trying to say. Over the years, because of his philosophies and because learning from his philosophies and applying his philosophies, it had elevated every single aspect of my life. For example, Bruce Lee said, I fear not a man who practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear a man who practiced one kick 10,000 times. Now, what is he referring to? He's referring to being a master in one thing, being a master on practice that one kick again and again and again until your opponent are so fearful of that one kick. You see, in the business world, how is it relevant? How is it relatable to what that philosophy is about? You see, many entrepreneurs, many salespeople, many people today, they try to, focus on so many different things and try to get everything. I personally believe you need to focus all of your energy in one industry, one company for 1 decade. It's called 1-1-1, okay? One industry. I don't care if you're in the insurance business like me, that's an industry, or real estate industry, that's another industry, or online selling, that's an industry, or maybe you want to become a motivational, inspirational speaker. That's an industry. You choose one. Then you focus on a company that you're going to work within, or you create your own company, right? One. And then ultimately you focus on 1 decade, that's 10 years, and become a master in that space. So I am a big believer of that. I have been personally in the insurance business for 27 years. That's 2.5 decades above that now, going into 30 years. And people constantly come up to me and ask me, how do you become so successful in this business, in this industry? Well, there's no secret to it. I've dedicated 27 years of my life to learn an industry that most people didn't want to learn about. Most people view life insurance industry as a boring industry. But I learned how to turn a boring industry into an unboring industry by helping people with the right products. And the way I run the business, I make it fun. I make it the right environment. I try to make sure everybody who's involved in the company also having fun. Go out there and helping many, many people at the same time, making sure they're having the right skill set to go out there and make some great, great income while they're doing it, right? Another one, Bruce Lee said, be like water, making its way through cracks. Do not be stubborn, but adjust to the objects, and you shall find its way round and through it. You know, he's talking about, hey, if something doesn't work, and you try for many, many times, you simply need to adjust and adapt and tweak it a little bit. You know, so many people, they are so stubborn. You know, they say, well, you know, this is the way it has been done for the last 15 years. You know what? We got to stick with the same thing. Well, you're going to stick with the same thing only if it's working. Only if what you're doing is scaling, is growing exponentially, then stick with it and don't change anything. But if it's not working, if it's not growing, it's not scaling for you, you're not making more money, your people is not growing, guess what? You are doing something wrong. You have to make change, whether it's your product line, whether it's the way you develop leaders, whether it's, you know, building a system that's going to outlive you rather than just depending on your own personality to drive the business. You know what I'm talking about? So always be open-minded to make changes if you feel and you know something doesn't work. Another one, always be yourself. Express yourself. Have faith in yourself. Do not go out and look for a successful personality and duplicate it. You got to be you. What Bruce Lee is talking about here is don't try to be somebody that you're not. He ain't talking about you should not model and copy somebody's philosophies, their strategies, their skill sets. You know, you should copy those. He ain't talking about those. He's talking about personality. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes you look at somebody, oh, that person is so cool. I just love the way he talks. I just love the way she dressed. I just love the way he walks. I'm going to copy exactly that. But that's not you. That's not you. Everybody has a different style. Everybody has a different personality. You just got to be you. Somebody could be very dynamic. Somebody could be very calm. Somebody could be very firm. Somebody could be very, very technical, but yet very confident. People feel that about you. Somebody could be very, very, very emotionally excited. Whatever that is, you got to be you. Don't try to be somebody that you're not when it comes to personality and style. Make sense? And the last one that I want to share with you is, it's not what you give, it's the way you give it. I love this one so much. You know, how many people I personally met, they give gifts, they give knowledge, they give money to charity, they give their time, but they always have an agenda within themselves. They always expecting, they wanting other people to praise them after what they give. They want people to write an article about them. They want people to promote them. They want to, have publicity of the money they give to certain organization. I think if you have the agenda, you're not really trying to give. You're trying to manipulate the situation to get something in return. So that's not true giving. You know what I'm saying? When you give something, I think the ultimate level of giving is to give without expecting anything in return. I'm talking about don't expect people to say thank you. Don't expect people to write anything about you. Don't expect anybody to promote you. You do it silently. You do it secretly. But you know what? I think that's the most powerful way of giving is when you don't even need other people to find out the details. And ultimately, maybe they find out the details without you telling them. I think that is the most powerful way, the most authentic way, the most real way of giving. So I hope those 4 things, philosophies specifically, that I share with you regarding Bruce Lee, it's something that hit your heart today a little bit, because that's what has shaped me to become who I am today with some of these philosophies I learned from Bruce Lee. To me, he's a legend. You know, again, if I have one wish today, that wish would be if I could have maybe 15 minutes of Bruce Lee's time and simply have a coffee with him and simply pick his brain in 15 minutes. Look guys, I hope you learned something out of the video today. Post a comment below. Let me know who is that one mentor, that one entrepreneur, that one person in your life that has inspired you to the ultimate level, who has shaped you to become or becoming the ultimate version of you. All right? If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, click the link below and subscribe today. Take care, and I'll see you next time. JW here. JW here. If you like my content, comment below and download my JW Just Win app. See you next time.